So now that you know how to control the bucket, let's take a closer look at how to approach the stockpile or dig face, and get a full bucket on every pass. As you approach the stockpile, the cutting edge of the bucket should be high enough to avoid contact with the ground. As you get close to the pile, lower the cutting edge of the bucket. As the bucket penetrates the stockpile, it will begin to fill. Continue moving into the pile until the bucket is almost full, and then raise the lift arms and simultaneously curl the bucket. You should now have a full load. Curl the bucket all the way back to settle the load, then look behind you and back out, lowering the bucket as you do so. It's all about the smoothness of the motion, almost like a ballet dancer, but it's going to take practice to perfect your technique and get comfortable with the flow. Remember, the operator's ability to get full loads every time will greatly influence how productive the job is. In order to get full even loads in the bucket should squarely enter the pile or dig face. In other words, the corners of the bucket should contact the pile at the same time. You do this by setting an angle of approach that allows you to come in square to the dig face. As the corners enter the material, the bucket is evenly filled all across the width of the bucket. Imagine that you are trying to push material all the way into the rear corners of the bucket. Once the material reaches the back of the bucket, raise the lift arms and curl the bucket to prevent spillage. A common mistake beginners make is they curl the bucket too soon. This restricts forward movement because now the machine is pushing the bottom of the bucket into the material rather than letting the bucket cutting edge slice into the material. Don't curl the bucket until it has penetrated deeply into the pile, and the back of the bucket is filled. If you encounter hard material and can't seem to get the bucket to fill, raise and lower the cutting edge slightly as you penetrate the material. This knifing action will help you loosen the pile. When the bucket fills, curl it, look behind you and back up. If the rear of the machine tips up when loading, it means the material is extremely hard or you have exceeded the machine's tipping point. When the operator feels the rear of the machine lifting off the ground, they should carefully lower the lift arms until the rear of the machine is back on the ground and then back up to try again, this time taking less of a bite.